Hi, welcome back to my channel. So I should be writing right now. I'm under a really tight deadline, but for some reason I just had a book release last week. Oh, and by the way, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm happy to have you. If you're returning, welcome back. So I had a release last week, and it just wipes me out every time. I don't work on the day that my book releases. I do social media and all that. My assistant works with me. But afterwards, it's like I'm hungover or something. So I should be writing. I'm under my deadline right now, freaking out about my deadline. But I just don't have it in me to sit down and write. So there have been some changes, even though it was only a week or two. I was at my brother's wedding and we were out of town for a week. But then we came back, and my daughter is getting ready for middle school. And so we had a orientation that we had to go. We had two orientations we had to go to, and it feels like fall to me because it's back to school. So I'm in a new cover. This is the brown veg tan wrap Discbound cover from Jane's Agenda. I like Jane's Agenda covers because they're the only ones that I've found that fit 2-inch discs. Every other company, the max size discs that they can fit is 150. And so if you know of any other covers, especially leather covers that fit 2-inch discs, share that in the comments because I would love to know. I miss being in leather. It's nice to be able to splash things on this and not have to worry about water spots or whatever, but I do miss leather for sure. So there have been changes in the last 2 weeks. I did a new collage cover for fall. I added a section to my planner. It's already pretty stuffed full, but I had to add it. So I bought an old kit from Coco Daisy that was on sale, and so this is from the black and white Coco Daisy kit that I bought. It says "Believe in yourself and you will be unstoppable." I felt like it matched my aesthetic, so I'm not going to flip through everything again. I'm just going to do the changes. So let's see. So I was out of town, and then we drove back home. It was 7 hours to drive back home, and so then I got back in town, and then my release happened, which was an all-day thing, and my daughter was in orientation. I should have decorated this day more, being that it was a release, but I have the note here. Really, the bulk of the work happened in my work planner, and I'll show you that. And then I was feeling a little sluggish after the release, and I needed like oomph. So I started to decorate. I was supposed to write 2 chapters here on this day, but it didn't happen, and I block it. So when it's canceled or when it doesn't happen, I block it out with black stamp, so that I know it didn't happen. And then I started color coding. I was still adjusting to these daily pages, these Franklin Covey pages, because the hours are so big now. There's 4 lines for the hours, so you can do on the hour, quarter hour, half hour, and then another 3/4 of the hour, which is cool in certain respects, but in other respects, it's just a lot of space. So I figured out that I like blocking it out this way with marker or highlighter, and so I did that for yesterday and today, and I really like the vibe. Rainbow and black is my aesthetic, and so that's what you're going to start to see in a lot of these pages. So this is today. We cut off all my daughter's hair. She had really long hair, and she cut it off, and it was like a huge change, but she really likes it, and it looks really good. I was supposed to write today, not happening. I have some other stuff I have to do that I haven't gotten to yet, and I have to run errands later today. This is a book page finder from Jane's Agenda, like her 3 kits ago. I don't subscribe to any planner kits because they just don't fit my style or my needs. But if they have leftover of the kits, Jane's Agenda posts the items on the website. And so I'll just make note of elements of the kits that I like, and then I'll buy the bits and pieces later. So this was her book box, and I really liked it, being an author, of course. So I won't go through the daily pages. Right now I have August. So this is my meal planner. I need to put my weekly planning pages in. So this is August and September. I normally only keep 2 months worth of planning pages in the planner at once because that is literally all that can fit in these discs. So I just put September in recently, like yesterday or the day before. So I have to start mapping out and planning September. For those of you that don't know, the fall, the second half of the year, is by far our busiest part of the year because we have the Jewish high holidays, we have our normal holidays, Halloween, Christmas, Hanukkah, all that. We do all of the holidays, and so and then our anniversary, our wedding anniversary is in November. My daughter's birthday is in November. We do really big, like, weekend aways for her birthday. And then school is back in session and all of that. So this second half of the year is where my life gets insane, which is also probably why I wanted to be in kind of my fall-ish setup early, is so that I could, like, psych myself up to the fact that we're getting into the crazy part of the year. I also changed my Levenger pen. This is the purple version. And then it's got G2 Energel ink in it, in 0.5. I write really big, and so I like a finer point. But even though I have all this space now to write, I still like a finer point with my big handwriting. So I went through the HB90 system. I'm not going to go through that again, for now anyway. But I'll show you what Thursday looked like. Thursday was crazy. So I had the release day tasks and then my normal day tasks, and I got 75% of it done. It was crazy, absolutely crazy. And I have to do that again in November. Yay, another book release in November. If there's ever something that I need to do in the future, that I need to remind myself of, both for my daily pages and for my work pages, I just put a post-it note to then, when I'm mapping out the page or decorating it or making it cute, I have the post-it to then permanently, like, draw it in or write it in. Okay, so the reason why I wanted to do another video is I added a section. So this is the Cocoa Daisy black and white kit, and I really love this side. So I never really see this side when I'm flipping, so I put my favorite side on the back. For those of you that are into manifesting and personal development, there's a certain way of manifesting what you want in the universe, and it's scripting. And I know there's a planner company, God, I don't remember which company it is, that teaches scripting, but really that wasn't her that wasn't her tool. Her scripting has been around a lot longer than her or her company. I'm not knocking her, I'm glad that she's teaching it, but yeah, so scripting is a manifestation technique. So I liked this Cocoa Daisy kit for the black elements, and so I made a scripting section. And then this was also part of the Cocoa Daisy kit, an ampersand, acetate, and a black and white vellum, which I thought looked cool. So these are my scripting pages, and they're really just note pages, lined note pages, and every day I add a little bit of of scripting each day. And then if I'm really on top of it, I'll reread them. You're supposed to reread them daily, but I have so much going on in my daily manifestation practice that sometimes I won't do certain things from the practice each day. So like I'll do my affirmations, which are here. I'll do my daily affirmations every day before school starts. I added this. This was like wrapping paper from a planner purchase that I made, and I thought it looked really cool behind this Hold On to Your Vision vellum that I got from Jane's Agenda. So these are my affirmations, and I have them organized by like area of my life or focus of my life. So that if I'm feeling like low in a certain section of my life, I can just flip to that page and read that particular page. And I know I need to add health in there. I'm on a medication that has me losing muscle mass, which is super dangerous. And so I really, really need to be going back to the gym to do weight training, which I can't stand, but I need to make sure that I'm building and maintaining muscle. So anyway, I added this scripting section into the planner because this is something that I should be doing daily. And I normally make all of my own, well, not all of them, but a lot of my own elements. But sometimes I find pieces of a kit, like the book page marker or the Cocoa Daisy kit that I love that fits my aesthetic really well. So I will invest in that because it matches the general vibe that I have going on. But I don't spend money on the monthly kits because what I've found is that 90% of what's in there doesn't pertain to me or my planning style, or it doesn't fit my aesthetic. Like I love florals, but I love black and white florals. Like it's here. Like I love like black and white florals, but I don't like a ton of florals. And I love it with color. As you can tell, I like color. All of my collage and painting pieces are loaded with color. And so I don't like the girly super floral kits that everyone sells. I have nothing against cloth and paper, but everyone that does half letter discs always use cloth and paper, and to be honest, they're expensive. Their style and aesthetic doesn't match mine. I hate, this is a personal thing, I hate how everyone's planner, or the majority of everyone's planner, looks the same. And so I don't like cloth and paper kits because it seems like everyone uses cloth and paper, and I can't stand when my planner looks like someone else's planner. I know that sounds so weird, but that's just a personal preference. And so like recently, so I noticed that now that I've switched to half letter discs, I noticed that very few people are in half letter discs anymore. It was a trend like 2 to 5 years ago. And so all of the half letter disc videos that I've been trying to watch are old, and so I don't know, maybe I'll bring it back. These are new stickers. My daughter, I told you guys in a previous video that I like sharks and bees, and so anytime my daughter gets a shark sticker or a shark thing or a bee thing, she gives it to me to put in my planner. So this is new from my daughter. This is a sticker I bought from Etsy. And then back here I have like quarterly planning stickers, newsletter stickers. This is from Procrasta Planner. She's where I get like all my writing stickers from. And then I use Planner Kate stickers to like celebrate rewards or wins that I do for my writing. So those are just some simple changes that have happened preparing for this new crazy time of year. And making changes to my planner so that it fits the season. My husband's always like, oh, you changed your planner again, and really I didn't. The planner is the same. You guys know this. The planner is the same, but the covers change all the time. So he thinks it's a new planner every time he sees it, but it's not. So yeah, this is me gearing up for, slowly preparing for when life for us hits really hard. I need to start planning my daughter's birthday now, probably next week sometime, and while maintaining my business. I'm in the process of closing down my coaching practice because I've been doing it for 17 years, and I'm really into the writing, and I'm really passionate about romance and writing, and I think it's time for a change. So I'm slowly in the process of closing down my original business and truly focusing on the writing business. So yeah, a lot of changes coming, but if it weren't for my planner, I would be losing my mind. My mental health would struggle. I would not be healthy. I'd probably need to be hospitalized. And I know that sounds dramatic, but that's truly part of living with bipolar is if you're not on top of things, or I should speak for myself, not for other people. If I'm not on top of things and all the elements and aspects of my life, then my mental health really suffers. And going into our busy season, my system needs to be really on it in order for me to keep my head and keep my health chugging along. I think I might have mentioned, I do feel like some of my planning is redundant, and in one of my earlier videos, I talked about how I hate redundancy, but I'll be honest, having both my work planner and my personal planner in here, some of the small amounts of redundancy don't bother me. So like in this section here, I put in like appointments or events that I need to know. So like my release on Thursday, her school orientation on Thursday, and these things are also in my daily pages. But when I'm doing work, being able to see this and this in my work planner as well as in my personal planner allows me to stay on top of it. I don't know if I had personal stuff only in my personal planner and not in my work planner, I'm not sure if I would miss things more or not. So having a little bit of this redundancy is actually really effective for me. It's really working well. And like a lot of these tasks, especially on the Thursday release day, was also in my personal planner. And I don't know if it was that I got to check everything off twice, but it felt amazing. So like being able to check things off twice really boosted my mental health and my mood, especially on a highly stressful day. But I also don't, like you can see this work list was huge for this day. Not all of this was in the work section of my daily planner, just the big pieces like writing and sending my newsletter, updating my website, my Facebook group posts, emailing my assistant. Like those big things I couldn't miss. Those were non-negotiables, so they were in both places. But then other work stuff was also on the work page, but it didn't need to be on the work list. Plus I only have a certain amount of section for the work and personal. Certain days more personal stuff will get done and less work, and other days like today a lot of this personal stuff will get done, and other days it's more of a work heavy day and personal will struggle, or personal will be successful and work will struggle. That's just how my life is. That's just how my planning is. And so I don't beat myself up for that. Like, it is what it is. Because of my stress load and me juggling so many things with like motherhood and 2 businesses, I would never be able to get like a full day's worth of tasks done. I would that would make me ill. It would make me mentally unstable, and it would make me lose my mind, as well as it's unrealistic. Like, I would need to wake up at 4 in the morning to start my day and then go to bed at like midnight. And I can't do that for my mental health. My bipolar, my personal bipolar, I need to have a set certain amount of hours a night of sleep and a certain amount of self-care each day in order to maintain optimum functioning and health. And so I either need to lose sleep to get stuff done or not get stuff done and have good sleep. I can't have it both ways. And so sleep is important, and I would value sleep more than getting tasks done. It still gets done eventually, but I don't stress myself out about it. I've been watching a lot of the Day Designer Planner girls because it's so fascinating to me how much they can fit into a tiny little page. I don't know if you guys do what I do, but I like watching other people in other types of planners other than my own. It's just inspirational. Like, I get inspired by it, but also I'm fascinated by how they can do that. Like, I need the space. There's no way I could be in a pocket planner or in a Day Designer. I just write too big. Like, I'd write one thing and it would take up the whole page. So, yeah. So I know I'm just getting back into doing videos. I let the channel die because I was too busy and I wasn't inspired to do a planner video. So now I am rebuilding. So if there's anything that you want to see or any questions you guys have, shoot those in the comments. I would love to have a conversation with you all. That's like the best part of my older videos is the comments and the questions that we had. As well as I'm going to start doing this regularly because I find like it's a fun creative outlet. Yes, I'm procrastinating right now instead of writing, but it feels really good to be back in making videos and talking with you all. And I know that most of you were following me and loving my personal wide videos, and switching to half letter. A lot of you aren't going to follow me anymore. So I know that, and going into it, I know I'm starting from scratch. And knowing that there are not very many half letter disc planners that I've been able to see that are current, this is kind of fun that I'm in a new size. So anyway, I hope you're having a great weekend. Thank you for allowing me to procrastinate with you. The scripting section is working. It's just another thing added to my routine. And I should be reading these and adding to them daily to make them most effective. I do put a date up here so that I can check back and see what I've accomplished. And I used to write like victory over it, like as if it's accomplished. But last year I started doing stars or hearts or whatever to tell myself that I've achieved it. And for those of you that don't know what scripting is, just in a nutshell, it's writing your big picture goal as if it's accomplished, and then writing the feelings behind it. So I'll just read one as an example. I have my business empire, and like business empire could mean anything to anyone, but to me it's a very specific thing. So I have my business empire, and then the feeling, I feel ecstatic and grounded in achieving my success. We are financially free and enjoying our wealth. So you speak it as if it's already accomplished, and the feelings that come up for you as if you've accomplished that goal. And my manifestation mentor, she adds to her script every day. I'm not that on top of it. I should be adding to it, but it is what it is. And then you're supposed to read these every day because you're like reinforcing your brain that this is what you want to achieve, and your brain is a problem solver, and your brain will figure out ways to go from what you want to actually achieving it. It'll connect the dots and figure out ways to accomplish what it is you want. Plus, if you're woo-woo like I am and you believe in the universe or God or a higher power or source. Many believe that God or source or the universe is helping you achieve those things. But it's also your brain problem solving from the thing that you want to actually having it. So there's a little coaching for you. You can't take the coach out of the situation. So I hope you're doing well, and I'll see you around on the next one. Thanks.